Czechs boo Prime Minister 50 years after Soviet-led invasion. Czech Republic's Prime Minister Andrej Babiš, front-right, arrives to lay a wreath of flowers to honor the victims of the Soviet-led invasion of Czechoslovakia in 1968 at a ceremony in Prague, Czech Republic, Tuesday, August 21, 2018. Dozens of protesters gathered to oppose the Prime Minister. Babiš, a populist billionaire, is a controversial figure for many due to a power-sharing deal with the Maverick Communist Party and fraud charges he is facing. His position is also complicated by allegations he collaborated with the former communist-era secret police. The white banner reads, "Babiš is a liar." AP photo, Petr David Josek, Prague, AP. A ceremony to honor the victims of the 1968 Soviet-led invasion of Czechoslovakia on Tuesday turned into a protest against Czech Prime Minister Andrej Babiš. Hundreds jeered and booed Babiš's arrival for a ceremony in front of the Czech Public Radio building in downtown Prague, a site of a fierce street battle between unarmed civilians and invading troops in the first hours of occupation where 17 people died. "Shame, shame," the crowd chanted while blowing horns and whistles during his speech. Babiš didn't immediately react to the protest. In his speech, he said Babiš, a populist billionaire, is a controversial figure because of a power-sharing deal with the Maverick Communist Party and fraud charges he is facing. His position is also complicated by allegations he collaborated with the former communist-era secret police. Troops from the Warsaw Pact, a military alliance formed in 1955 between the Soviet Union and 7 Eastern European nations, invaded Czechoslovakia on August 20, 1968 to crush liberal reforms enacted in the brief era known as the Prague Spring. The country was subsequently taken over by a hardline communist regime fully loyal to Moscow. In 1968 alone, 137 people were killed by Warsaw Pact soldiers, and a total of more than 400 died during the occupation of Czechoslovakia that ended only after the 1989 anti-communist Velvet Revolution. In Brussels, European Commission President Jean-Claude Juncker said that Europe isn't divided by an Iron Curtain anymore. But let us use this day of solemn commemoration to collectively remember that freedom and the respect for human rights can never be taken for granted and need to be fought for every single day, he said. In another move related to the anniversary, which will likely anger Russia, Prague authorities unveiled a new explanatory text about the role of Soviet World War II commander Ivan Stepanovich Konev to his monument in Prague. Marshal Konev led Red Army forces that liberated large parts of Czechoslovakia from Nazi occupation in 1945. His monument was unveiled in the Prague 6th district in 1980. On Tuesday, Prague 6 Mayor Andrej Koller said the authorities wanted to give people full information that would not conceal what happened. The new text describes Konev's leading role in crushing the 1956 anti-Soviet uprising in Hungary, his contribution to the construction of the Berlin Wall and the preparation of the 1968 invasion of Czechoslovakia. Russia and 4 other former Soviet republics had officially protested that. A small group of communists condemned at the site what they called the rewriting of history. Others demanded the monument was completely removed given what Konev had done. Copyright 2018 The Associated Press. All rights reserved. This material may not be published, broadcast, written or redistributed.